Isn't stack ranking just trying to have a cause to fire people? Not necessarily. What's unique about stack ranking is that even without cause, you're planning on losing some people. And what people don't talk about is the company is also admitting it's bad at hiring. Let me explain what I mean. I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I'm an industrial organizational psychologist, and I research the unwritten rules of work for the working class, neurodivergence, and intersections of race and gender. I've built hiring systems in the public and private sector and academia. So stack ranking assumes that all of your employees are built on a bell curve. And this image isn't showing right, but you get the point that it's assuming that there's a normal distribution of performance in your company. That is not necessarily, that's not inherently true. And if it is, you would want to consider and find out what you're doing that distinguishes the top employees on the right side of the bell curve from the average in the middle to the ones on the left. With stack ranking, you're just assuming that no matter how well you hire, you're going to have employees on the left. And that could not be true. Now, you're never going to have a 100% hiring system. There are absolutely evidence-based practices you can do to improve them. And you never know what you miss when you turn away a hire that could have done amazing. But stack ranking is saying, even if you are really good at hiring, you have to get rid of the bottom 5 to 10%. And Microsoft found in the early 2010s that employees pitted against each other so much because if some of them had to go, it wasn't going to be them, that they were distracted from doing the actual work. And Microsoft lost 50% of its market cap until it switched and focused on more teamwork and collaboration. But we're seeing this resurgence again at Microsoft under the same CEO who stopped it over 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago, and is resurging in Meta as well. And honestly, the thing is, employers in America don't usually need an excuse to fire people. We have at-will employment here in most of our states. So unless you're in a protected class, like age, race, pregnant, you can be fired for any reason at all. And even if you're in a protected class, they usually find an unwritten way to get around it being like racially targeted. But they didn't say it's because of your skin. You just weren't a good culture fit. They didn't fire the young mom because she had a baby, but because she had to work strange hours. So they don't really need an excuse to fire people unless they have unusual labor rights or a union. It's it's a cultural difference of a lot of corporate America encourages like toxic individualism, which is a conflict for a lot of people who are from working class backgrounds, who are especially from Latin America, Asia, African backgrounds that are more collaborative because the incentive is, oh, if we tell them that they're going to have to leave, then they'll be scared and they'll do really good work. But it backfires. May look good that first quarter, but they just start eating each other alive.